Pastor John, thanks for taking a moment with me. I appreciate it.
Glad to do it.
I'm very excited about this hymnal because I grew up playing the piano and I was only allowed to play hymns.
Really?
And I had a great love and developed a great appreciation for hymnals. Why are hymns so important to the church and to the life of the believer?
Just a little bit of a historical approach to that. The church has been singing hymns for centuries. You could even argue the church has been singing hymns for millennia. This has been going on a long time. Why now? Why since 1975 or 1980 or 1985 or 1990 do we not sing hymns? It can't be because there's something that people over the last 1,500 to 2,000 years didn't understand. Mm-hmm. The sad reality is hymns have been removed from the life of the church because of the massive invasion of the secular culture into the church. There is no reason to replace hymns. The highest art form, I believe, the highest art form is poetry. To make something clear and significant, you have to give it words. That's why God wrote a book with words, not pictures. Mm-hmm. So poetry is the highest art form, and then it even goes higher when you set it to music. Then it becomes memorable, it becomes memorizable. So in the life of the church, there's reason why the Bible says, speak to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, because this is how we teach our theology, and this is how we express our worship. Particularly hymns, because hymns have multiple verses, and so they advance the doctrine, they advance the theology. There are verses and sometimes choruses that affirm the verses. There's a progression. Hymns are embedded with theology in a magnificent art form, which is poetry. And great hymns survive. The ones that aren't so great, they kind of fade away and disappear. And there are still hymns being written today that are really good hymns. Another element that is so helpful with hymns is the music and the rhythm of the music designed for congregations has a kind of militancy about it. Mm-hmm. 4/4 time, 2/4 time is a kind of it's kind of a militant kind of thing that again speaks to the militancy of Christianity, the firmness and steadfastness of our theology and our doctrine. The church has set aside a critical, historic gift. It has set aside a powerful teaching tool that you remember your whole life. You remember all the hymns you knew as a kid, yeah. And that's your theology. Hymns also allow us to express our worship in less than mundane and superficial ways. Let's take the best through all of church history, the best of hymns all along, and put them in a hymnal. Past times, people had a Bible and a hymnal, and they carried the two together. They sang their theology. They became familiar with their Bible, familiar with their hymnal. We're trying to reintroduce hymns to try to launch a new movement, a new interest in that. We're hoping that we can challenge people to put hymns back in the life of the church and get rid of the music that sounds exactly like the culture. There's a sense in which all those hymns are ours. Mm-hmm. They're not the world's, they're ours. They belong to us. And why would we want to trade those in for mood music that is intended to do little more than move people emotionally?
Well, thank you so much for coming up with the idea for this project because, as I mentioned, for me, hymns were so important, and I have so many friends who are musicians, and they have a hard time trying to find good music with good doctrine and good theology. So this is a very, very important project for so many folks.
Well, I'm very excited about it, and it's going to be the first book produced by the Masters Seminary Press. So we're going to have more things to come, but this is a great way to start.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.